Hello everybody and welcome back. We are here at Raymond James Stadium for the second commentary of the year. I am so excited to be getting this one underway, as Tampa was technically the very first show of the year, but it is scheduled for Saturday night primetime shows, and that's what I'm here to do. But without further ado, let's take a look at the Bro Camino Monster Jam truck on the track right now. This is Diesel Dave in his beautiful new Monster Jam beast, the Bro Camino. They worked long and hard. There were a lot of secrets about this truck. Nobody saw this truck, well, in the media public at least, until intros right now. It was probably one of the few times in which we didn't actually get a truck spoiled. It was awesome getting to see this. We have a nice lineup today, but next up coming onto the track, he is, I guess you can call him the leader of the Diesel Brothers. His name is Heavy D, and his truck is the Brodozer. Nothing. Oh, and he bumps into the backflip ramp. Already we're having fun. But he is coming out ready to get this year off to a good start. Gives a little love tap to his buddy Diesel Dave, as they are definitely excited for this show. Coming next onto the track, I told you I'm going to be saying this with so much pride all year long. You're defending World Racing Champion of World Finals 20. Coming onto the track, Jimmy Cretin in Bounty Hunter. I'm going to enjoy saying that until the day he is no longer the defending champion. And I'm going to say it. So you'll probably get tired of hearing me say that, but he has a beautiful new body this year, as you can see. Oh, he's falling off the pod. Beautiful new body this year that you'll see. Coming up next, I guess you can call him the Chicago Style Racing Champion and All-Star Challenge Freestyle Champion, and quite possibly the best driver in Monster Jam history. He was 2018 and 19's #1 driver of the year in Who's Ready for Monster Jam's Top 50. His name is Ryan Anderson, and he drives the son of a digger Monster Jam truck. Everyone is excited to see the blue and black wrecking machine. Yeah, we gotta call it the black and blue wrecking machine. Why not? I mean, come on. It's well deserving. Big thanks to Armando, Monster Jam Invasion, for making this video and actually uploading it this morning. Well, what's going on, everybody? I saw you guys all last night. We are back out here today at Raymond James Stadium, and we have quite the fun-filled lineup today. Tampa's always a great show to start off the year. It will be back February 1st for more. That'll be the day of Glendale. That's right. That'll be the day of Glendale. Sorry, a little bit of a brain fart there, but this has always been the home of amazing Monster Jam action, and you better believe they are going to be seeing some amazing stuff going on right here, right now, in the Raymond James Stadium. This is the home that Dennis Anderson built. Dennis Anderson and Scott Douglas were inducted into the Hall of Fame early. Well, not inducted, but they were told they were going into the Hall of Fame at this show. It was an amazing day. And, I mean, seriously, Raymond James Stadium, man, these fans got an incredible show. They always get an incredible show every year, but I'm excited to be out here commentating over it, as Tampa will always be the home of monster trucks. So Tampa, let me hear ya. Let's meet the drivers that are competing in today's show. We've got Morgan Kane in Gravedigger, Matt Pagliarulo in Jester, Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken, Dawn Cretin and Scarlet Bandit, Buddy Tompkins in Exterminator, Kristen Hope, in Wolf's Head, Corey Rummel in Megalodon, Kevin Crocker in El Toro Loco, Neil Elliott in Max D, and Candice Jolly filling in for Cynthia Gauthier in the Monster Mutt Dalmatian. This is going to be an awesome show out here today. 14 amazing Monster Jam trucks are hitting the track here in Raymond James Stadium, and you know they're not going to leave anything on the track. They're going to be drivers trying to break in their trucks, trying to get themselves ready for the very first show of this amazing Stadium Tour Green. This is the tour that runs that awesome roundabout, I guess you could call it that. It's a figure eight. It's the Crazy 8 track. It's an awesome track. This is the track that I'll be seeing in Glendale as well. I'm very excited to see this track. There's the beautiful Bro Camino. You can see it with some light on it. We'll see it a few more times out here today. So we're going to start off this show with round one of racing. This is Scott Jordan's tour, so you'll probably be hearing his voice really compete with mine a lot because we are both very loud and we're both very passionate about what we do. So when you hear his voice a lot, you don't be surprised. But we're starting off racing today with two independents just like we did last night in Anaheim. We're starting off with Corey Rummel in Megalodon taking on Jester's Matt Pagliarulo in that beautiful new turquoise blue Jester that he debuted at the Monster Jam World Finals in Orlando back in May of 2019. Corey Rummel has a lot of high hopes for this season, and he is getting a little bit squirrely going into this last turn, but they seem to be pretty close. Corey Rummel takes a turn wide and fast, but that's going to hurt him, as your winner is Matt Pagliarulo in Jester. The next race here is between Kevin Crocker in El Toro Loco and Candice Jolly in the Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Candice filling in for Cynthia, who has to do something for her other job, and then Kevin Crocker is getting the opportunity to drive for Team Scream all year long in this El Toro Loco truck, and he already makes a blunder going into that turn. This track really gives you a lot of time to discuss things. It's a longer track than most, and it's really going to be a very interesting track every show because you might see people win that aren't necessarily racing guys. And Cynthia Gauthier pulling away with a huge victory there is going to put her in round number 2. The next race here in round number 2 is between Neil Elliott and Max D and Nick Pagliarulo and Kraken. The winner of this race will face Candice Jolly. Oh man, Neil Elliott just popped a tire, it looked like. And Nick Pagliarulo flips over. Yeah, he did. Neil Elliott popped a tire in this first round race. He's very lucky Nick Pagliarulo flipped over in Kraken, or else he would have lost that race, but he's going to hopefully get that fixed up for the next round. Next up, we have Kristen Hope in her Stadium Tour debut, taking on Heavy D in Brodozer. Kristen Hope did drive at a few stadium shows last year, but she didn't drive all season long on a stadium tour. She's getting to drive this beautiful Wolf's Head truck, just her second year driving in Monster Jam, and she's already on a stadium tour. Heavy D with a solid lead right now, and he is going to cruise to victory right now in Raymond James Stadium here in round number 1. Next up is Buddy Tompkins in Exterminator taking on Morgan Kane in Gravedigger. Buddy Tompkins, nice to see him back with the Raising Cane Motorsports team, and he is making a big mistake after that turn, and the Gravedigger is going to put it on autopilot and cross that finish line first. Tough break for Buddy Tompkins. Again, this is a new chassis as well, so they got to break this one in. And a beautiful new body for Exterminator there as well, in case you couldn't tell. Next up, we're in round 1 still. This is Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger taking on Dawn Creedon and Scarlet Bandit. This is your last race of round number 1 here in the home of the Buccaneers. Ryan Anderson seemed to have this track down when he drove it in Glendale. He has a beautiful turn there. He's schooling Dawn Creedon right now. And another beautiful turn for Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger with the fastest time of the night. And he's moving on. Next up, we are here in round number 2 as Bro Camino got an automatic bye into this round, and he will take on Matt Pagliarulo in Jester. Oh my, Bro Camino is on the sidewalls, and he is going to save it, which will give Matt Pagliarulo really an automatic win here, and he is moving on. If he could cross the finish line, he'll move on to round number 3 with ease. Matt Pagliarulo moving into the semifinals. Next up, we have husband versus wife out here in round number 2. It's Candice Jolly and Monster Dalmatian taking on Neil Elliott and Max D. And Neil Elliott's kicked up a little bit. He's going over and he saves it as well. He's going to have to play a little bit of catch up because Candice Jolly's way ahead of him. And Candice Jolly is going to win this race and head into the semifinals against Matt Pagliarulo. And Neil Elliott with another mistake. He's just going to bring it back. Next up in round number 2, the other driver that got an automatic bye was Jimmy Cretin in this new Bounty Hunter body, as you can see, taking on Heavy D in Brodozer. It's a close race right now. Both have had some mistakes. These two matched up in the World Finals in Orlando, and Jimmy Cretin is going to pull away with that horsepower and cross the finish line first in Bounty Hunter. Next up, we have a battle of the Diggers as Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger will take on Morgan Kane in Gravedigger. Morgan Kane digs that turn really beautifully. He's ahead by about a truck length. Ryan Anderson goes a little wide in the turn. He's going to make up some ground, but Morgan Kane and Gravedigger will knock him out by about a truck length. A beautiful race. Now we are in the semifinals here as Candice Jolly will take on Matt Pagliarulo here in the semifinals of Monster Jam action. One of these drivers will go to the final round. They are very close right now, but Candice Jolly with a beautiful turn and hole shot, and she is going to the final round of racing today in a show she wasn't even supposed to be in. And the driver she will face is either Jimmy Cretin and Bounty Hunter or Morgan Kane and Gravedigger, but Jimmy Cretin with a huge mistake right off the bat. But he's still trying to make up some ground. Morgan Kane, if he slips up a little bit, he could lose this race. But there's no mess up in Morgan Kane's sights as Jimmy Cretin's going to be knocked down. It's going to be Gravedigger in the final round taking on Candice Jolly and the Monster Dalmatian. This is going to be a great race. Either Morgan Kane takes home a win for Gravedigger or Candice Jolly pulls out a huge upset, but I think we already can see how this race is going down. Morgan Kane's ahead by a landslide, and he is going to dominate with a no question finish here in round number 4 of Monster Jam Racing today. The final round of racing. Your racing winner tonight is Morgan Kane in Gravedigger. Now we move into the Skills Challenge, and we will start it off with Corey Rummel in Rage. If in case you didn't check out the commentary last night, there's a new competition this year called the Skills Challenge, in which you can do either 2 two-wheel hits, like Corey Rummel is opting to do right here with a nice move there, or you could do 1 donut for the same score. He's going for a bicycle. However, he can't quite get the bicycle he wants. Oh, he almost flipped it over there. Okay, that got a little interesting. Solid move out of Megalodon. And that'll put him, obviously, in the lead. Next up, we have Kevin Crocker and El Toro Loco, who is going to try and do a donut. Kevin Crocker did not drive in all of 2019. He officially somewhat retired in 2018, I guess, but now he's back. And he's doing a donut here in the Skills Challenge, trying to pick up some points. And a great move right there. And that'll bring up Kristen Hope in Wolf's Head. I believe the best run, obviously, so far has got to be Corey Rummel. He's going for a reverse popper. Can't really get a hit off of that. She also did a little bit of a bicycle early on in the run that counted for a hit. So that wasn't really a good run for Kristen Hope in Wolf's Head. Hopefully she can come back and do something better in freestyle. Next up in this competition, another member of the team Raising Cane. It is Buddy Tompkins and Exterminators on the front 2 wheels in a moonwalk. Can't quite get the kick for it though, but take a look at that beautiful Exterminator body. You can see it even clearer right here. He's going for the log. Getting a nice sky wheelie and a beautiful sit right there. Throw it in reverse, and he sets it down. And Buddy Tompkins with the new best run of the night. That's how I'm going to score this in for you guys. I'm just going to say the new best run of the night. And this is all my opinion. Dawn Cretan going for a reverse popper. And she is on her lid, over-rotated just a little too much. That'll bring up the first member of Tomfoolery Motorsports here in this Skills Challenge. It is Nick Pagliarulo and Kraken, who goes for a stop. He hits the brakes a little way too early, and that's going to cost him 1 hit. And he's going to go for his second hit right away. A reverse popper, just like Don Cretan tried. And he's sitting it there. So I guess that is 2 hits. I mean, those were 2 hits, I guess you could say, unless they're not going to count them as 2. They're going to say that's a combo, which would be kind of strange because that wasn't really a combo. But he's going on the front 2 wheels, and he can't quite get the kick for it. So I don't think that's your new best run. But Bro Camino's coming out next. Oh my, he went for a very fast popper there. Can't quite get the hit for it. Now he's going for his next hit. I think he's going for a bicycle, and he is. Getting the bicycle in. Nice little move. But I still have to believe that your best move right now belongs to Exterminator, your best run. Now here's Neil Elliott. He had quite the interesting racing competition. Popped the tire in round 1, had a crazy save in round 2. Oh man, not a great first hit there for Max D. Hopefully he can come back with a solid second hit. But I mean, we know Neil Elliott. This guy knows how to get a good move. He won a lot of 2-wheel skills competitions last year, so he's hoping to do just the same here. You can hear him fiddling with that throttle as he is on the front 2 wheels of this Max D Monster Jam truck. I can hear Scott Jordan commentating over the runs in the stadium. That is also an amazing new addition that they threw in this year for him, to be able to commentate over this, kind of give the fans an idea of what they're watching. And he's putting a moonwalk in, and he's walking it down the track. Neil Elliott with your new best run of the night in the Skills Challenge. Next up, Matt Pagliarulo and Jester. We're hopping right in with him. He already got a sidewall save and another save. Okay, Matt Pagliarulo, he's coming out to play. Well, that was fun. He's got 1 hit left. He does a bicycle into 2 saves. I was lining up for the step up. And a solid hit there. Not quite the sky wheelie. He wanted it out of it. Got a little slap wheelie. I think that was good enough for second, though, as Neil Elliott and Max D still has the best run in my eyes. Now Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger going for his 2-wheel run on the right side of the truck, and a bit of a sidewall and a solid move for the Son of a Digger. He's got 1 hit left. Make something happen here in the Skills Challenge. Going for another bicycle. He's on the right side of the truck and on the left side. Back on the right side. Oh, he can't quite save it. The truck is back on its lid, so Son of a Digger not quite getting the run he was hoping for. Next up is Jimmy Cretan and Bounty Hunter getting a nice sky wheelie. So far, Neil Elliott has the best skills run of the night. Jimmy Cretan hidden behind that step up on the other side. You could see a little bit of the back side of the truck. Now it's fully disappeared. That tiny little bug truck that actually debuted 2 years ago in this stadium, but he sadly can't quite get the move he wanted there. Next up is Candace Jolly, Montremo Dalmatian, going for a sky wheelie that she's going to walk a little bit. Lining up for the backside of the racing lane.
Go for it.
She went for a popper, couldn't quite get it there. So still Neil Elliott looking strong. Hitting that jump. This is the last run of the the Skills Challenge. He's walking a slap wheelie across the track. A really good move. He's got 1 hit left. He's going for a bicycle. Morgan Kane and Gravedigger is on the sidewalls. Oh my, he's on the other side, and a solid move. But the question is, was that the best run of the night? And I'm going to have to say it was not. And your winner was Neil Elliott in Max D in that Skills Challenge. Now we're in freestyle. And Nick Pagliarulo starting this off in Kraken. I like how smooth and just simple this video is, showing only the important things. Hitting the racing lane. The truck seems to be stalling just a little bit, or popping just a little bit. That truck doesn't sound too right. Yeah, that truck's popping a little bit in the air. Hopefully Kraken can still put together a good 2 minutes of freestyle here. A solid move. Yeah, that engine's just about to die. That engine's on its last limbs. Tomfoolery Motorsports have been having a lot of engine problems, but some huge air out of Kraken. Oh, he's on the sidewalls. Can he save it? No. The octopus has been turtled. Next up, we have Bro Camino out here freestyle getting some huge air. Oh boy, and a weird hit, and he is on his lid as well. Now our new rule in Monster Jam this year is if you flip over within the first 30 seconds of your run, you get a 0. But if you come out, the earlier you come out, you'll still be able to get overall event points, but you'll be put in last with a 0. Just whoever comes out first gets the more points. So Kristen Hope is out here freestyling in Wolf's Head. Wolf's Head debuted out in Tampa last year with, I believe, Aaron Basil driving it. It might have been Darren. I know it's one of the Basil brothers. I've been confusing them since they've been driving, since I've been watching the sport, so don't think I'm just stupid. Oh my, a nice hit there. That's a good move from Kristen Hope. So far, your best run of the night's got to be Nick Pagliarulo and Kraken. I mean, seriously, this is an interesting start to the night. We have Nick Pagliarulo and Kraken who flipped over early, then Bro Camino flipped on the first hit. Now Wolf's Head's out here with an opportunity to get a nice lead. Kristen Hope in her very first stadium tour freestyle. Again, she has driven in stadiums, but she has never been on a full stadium tour. That's what I'm saying by stadium tour freestyle. The show in Syracuse, I don't really count as a stadium tour show for her because, yes, it was part of a stadium tour, but it wasn't like she was on the tour full time. It was just a stadium show. But I'm sure she's loving the opportunity to be out here driving, and she is so far putting on the longest run of the night. But unless she picks it up, I'm going to have to stick with Nick Pagliarulo as the best run of the night. Going for a nice donut. Changing things up a little bit. I think if she gets one more solid hit, then I think I can give her that lead. Ooh, an interesting move there. Flex that Wolf's Head. Doesn't have much time left, and that'll be the end of the time. So that'll be the end of the run. I'm going to stick with Nick Pagliarulo as run of the night so far. Next up, we have El Toro Loco. This is Kevin Crocker, ready to freestyle in Tampa. Tampa. Raymond James Stadium, man, has always been an amazing home of Monster Jam. And a nice move. Kevin Crocker drove the Monster Mutt truck back in 2018. I saw him at Stafford Springs. You could actually see him in that video on my channel. Getting some nice air. This is actually the 4th calendar year I have been doing this channel. I did it for 2017 for the second half of the year. I did it all of 2018, 19, and now 20. This is my 3rd year doing full commentaries. Well, my 3rd year doing commentaries of stadium tours. And they get better by the year. And Kevin Crocker is out here freestyling this El Toro Loco truck again. It's always fun to see what the independents will be driving, like what body. He's driving on a Team Scream chassis. Because they always have that extra chassis that Chris Kohler drives. And I think they also probably have a backup. But this truck doesn't really sound too right. It's sounding a little too whistly for me, like there's something wrong with the exhaust. And Kevin Crocker also hasn't driven since 2018, so I can understand his lack of a exciting run. But there's definitely something wrong with the truck, as a plume of smoke just came out. But he's still having a good freestyle. He has been shut off. Question is, will he refire? Yeah, no, he's not going to refire. So next up in freestyles, Matt Pagliarulo in Jester, going over the racing lane. And hitting the backside of the racing lane, a little interesting move there. And another nice hit, some solid air. And popping it into his little wheelie. Matt Pagliarulo's had some interesting freestyles. Last year was definitely not his year. He had a lot of problems in the second half of the year. Got a new chassis, a new truck. He's just trying to break that in here today. Did pretty well in the in the skills challenge. He even made it to the semis of racing. He's got 63 seconds left. Oh my, he's going for the backflip ramp. Matt Pagliarulo, the first backflip of the night, and he lands it. Matt Pagliarulo, a backflip in Tampa, going for the step up and huge air. Oh my goodness. He is skying high. I mean, he threw in a backflip, got some serious elevation. This has been an incredible run. Oh my, nice air, locks up the brakes to put it into a slap wheelie, a great move out of Jester, and the engine gives way, and he refires. Okay, cool. I thought that was the end of the run. Now he's got some time to do another hit or two. Okay, the clock's still running, he hasn't made a hit yet, that's a little bogus, so I'm going to count this move for scoring. Oh my goodness, incredible air! So Jester with the new best run of the night with a really great run out of Matt Pagliarulo. Now Dawn Cretin in the Scarlet Bandit. And this beautiful Scarlet Bandit body. Also guys, I will try and get those Monster Jam highlights remixed out as soon as possible. I do have a lot to do today. Got to cover the Steel Titan Sports League video as well. But Scarlet Bandit, this is Dawn Cretin's third competition of the night, rolled over in the skills challenge, so you won't ever really see her body damage, but there it is. Had probably her best run in years in Glendale, a really great run there. She's hoping for a solid year this year. I mean, she has the opportunity to do that. Another nice hit. So Dawn is just one to fill the clock. She's not going to do any flashy moves, and if she does, it's by accident. Oh, she's stuck in the same move she did 2 years ago in Tampa on the first day of the year. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. That's the same exact move she did 2 years ago. I love that. Getting some nice air. This Scarlet Bandit really is it's a favorite for the girls. It's a really cool truck. It gets the eyes of the fans. It's a beautiful black and pink body. The pink radiates off of this truck because of the black surrounding it. And the body's starting to fall apart. You don't see that all too often on Dawn Cretin's truck, but she's about to knock the body loose. Oh, and there goes the body. Scarlet Bandit is going to need a new body restoration for the next week, but a solid run. Your best run still is Jester. Now here is Brodozer Heavy D starting his run off with the same move that his teammate did. The Bro Camino did the same move and flipped over on the first hit, so Brodozer hoping to go for a better run. Oh no, he's getting close to the wall and he flips over as well. Knocks over one of the banners, and that won't be a good run. Next up, it is time for Exterminator. This is Buddy Tompkins in the Exterminator truck. Oh my, a really nice hit. This is a really cool truck. They designed it to look exactly like an alligator and some huge air. And a really hard landing for Buddy Tompkins in Exterminator. And that'll be the end of his run. So Buddy Tompkins in Exterminator is going to not finish his run. Next up, it is time for Bounty Hunter. Yeah, that sounded weird saying that. Bounty Hunter. Unless I were to say Bounty Hunter, it really doesn't make sense to say Bounty Hunter. English language is so weird. We say words like bounty hunter when it's clearly bounty hunter. Like, what? We've just gotten so used to saying it. But nonetheless, here's Bounty Hunter out here freestyling. Your defending World Racing Champion from World Finals 20 in Orlando. He said that he always has problems in Tampa, but whenever he gets to Orlando, he has a lot of fun. So Jimmy Cretin is hoping to put together a phenomenal freestyle out here in Tampa, something he doesn't get to do very often. He opts to back up, even though I don't know if that was necessarily necessary. Truck seems to be having some issues. I can hear it. Yeah, something locked up. Front right planetary is locked, so I think that'll be the end of the run for Bounty Hunter, and it will. So your best run still is Matt Pagliarulo in Jester. Next up is Candice Jolly in the Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Some nice air. Candice is always one to just put her heart out into the truck and on the track. She's going to do everything she can to give these fans a great show. She's the leader of the Dalmatian Nation. Sitting out first quarter just because she doesn't really want to. She's just taking a bit of a break from Monster Jam. Nothing behind it. She just wants to take a little bit of a break. She will be driving second half of the year, though. Truck seems to have been shut off. Not sure what's going on.
We will pause about 8 seconds to continue to try to get everything going for Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
Something seems to be wrong with the truck. She's pulling over to the side. Yeah, that's the end of the run. That's disappointing. Next up, it is Corey Rummel in I'm sorry, not Pirates Curse, Megalodon. So used to saying Pirates Curse from back when he was in Tampa 2 years ago, but no. He's been driving Megalodon for 2 years now. I don't know what I'm talking about. He drove Megalodon Fire. It's just one less word this year, just Megalodon. But for some reason, I'm so inclined to say Corey Rummel in Rage, even though he hasn't driven that truck in Monster Jam really at all in 3 years. I mean, yes, he has a few times, but some more nice air. And another nice hit. He's having a good run. I mean, Matt Pagliarulo still has the best run of the night. I would have to assume he's in the hot seat. But Corey Rummel can definitely take the lead. Some nice air again. He's putting that fish on the line with 73 seconds left. Not many trucks remain here in freestyle. We still have Max D, Gravedigger, and Son of a Digger lining up for that center step up. Huge air. He lands hard on the rear end and he busts that front left wheel right off, and it'll bang into the side wall. A good finish to the run for Megalodon. Next up, it is Gravedigger. Oh my, oh my goodness! He is on the front 2 wheels. However, he busted a 4-link bar, and that's the end of his run. Gravedigger will get a 0, but that was a crazy move. Next up is Neil Elliott in Max D, hoping for some redemption. He did win the skills challenge, but oh, he bangs into the backflip. The only person to do a backflip tonight has been Matt Pagliarulo and Jester, and he by far has had the best run so far today. He might even win freestyle. We only have two trucks left, but you know that out of these 2 trucks, they can easily take the lead away. So if I'm Matt Pagliarulo, I'm sweating because Neil Elliott is on the track right now getting some huge air. I like the little bump they made next to that jump. That was pretty funny. Getting some more really nice air. This Max D truck takes a lot of poundings, and Neil Elliott is having a good run. And some more nice airs. He throws that truck hard into the ground. He is beating this truck up today. Between racing with 2 problems and then 2-wheel skills he won, he's going for the backflip ramp. He gets it. Oh no, he over-rotates, hits the dumpster, and is on his lid. And that will be the end of the run for Neil Elliott. I still have to think that Jester has the best run. And there's only 1 truck left, and it is Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. In this pretty quick freestyle tonight, Ryan Anderson is hoping to throw down a good run. Going full throttle over that center ramp. It's just a graveyard of trucks out on the track, and Ryan Anderson is hoping to change the narrative of tonight's show. He is the last hope for these Tampa fans. Oh no, he's on the side and the truck is flipping over. And that is the end of the run. And your freestyle winners, Matt Pagliarulo.
1990 Monster Jam. Every single one of these drivers, I've watched them over the years, and I finally got the chance to bring myself here and drive my Monster Jam truck. I never would have thought that I could come here and win freestyle. I battle these guys every week. And it's tough, and we keep digging, and we finally got one, and I just cannot believe it. There are a lot of people I need to thank. I need to thank Monster Jam. I need to thank my family. It's unbelievable. I mean, Bell Motorsports, Monster Jam, and one of these people right here, my family, all of you fans, all of these drivers, I've been watching these guys for years. I've learned by watching them. Dennis deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. So does Scott Douglas. I grew up watching them, and I am so excited that I can do this tonight in Tampa in my home state.
Well, obviously an emotional moment there for Matt Pagliarulo. He is so excited. And look at that leaderboard. He is leading the tour, which means that he was the overall event champion as well. Such a beautiful moment for Matt Pagliarulo and his entire family as he is leading this tour with 37 points. Neil Elliott is in second, Morgan Kane is in third, and then as you can see going all the way down to Brodozer in last place with 7 points. So, an interesting show today, by far not what people were expecting, but so far this weekend was crazy with Jim Kohler and Matt Pagliarulo both winning the overall event championships. Crazy starts to the year, but look at this, the up-and-coming commentary schedule. We've got a lot of commentaries coming up. As you see, this only stretches out to February 9th. That weekend of February 8th will be the 3-show weekend, the first 3-show weekend of the year for me, first 3 commentary weekend of the year. This is going to be an interesting year. I'm really excited. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this very first weekend of 2020. Keep rocking on, and I'll see you guys all next time.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.